Hi, I'm Mark. This is my November review for Aquarius Sun sign and Aquarius rising. This month we have an incredibly busy month. We have a new moon in your 10th house of career, and then we have a full moon eclipse in your 4th house of the home. So there's a lot going on this month for you. We start off though with Mercury making a couple of quick aspects at the start of the month. The first is to Jupiter, and this will be a time when you might want to plan a new adventure or a holiday in the future. Then on the 2nd there is an aspect to Pluto. Pluto's in your 12th house of the unconscious, so this is a time when unconscious desires may come through. You may have some unusual feelings or thoughts coming through because Pluto's in that area. Now there's nothing to be afraid of, it's just keep an open mind. Let the thoughts or the feelings come through and see where they take you. On the 4th we have the new moon. The new moon is in your 10th house and in Scorpio, so it's a very intense new moon. Scorpio will give it an emotional side, so you may have to be very much in control of your emotions. Now the new moon in the 10th will highlight your public standing and also highlight your career and your destined path forward. So this is a time when you can set new goals, you can make a new vision for yourself going forward and line up changes that you may wish to make during the next 2 weeks. Now there's an opposition to Uranus, and there may be sudden things that happen. There may be sudden changes to events that will change your course and change your direction. On the 5th, Venus moves into Capricorn in your 12th house. So although you have desires, they become unconscious. So your motivations will become unconscious as well. Now it's not that Venus is shy, but it's just that she's going into the 12th house and would rather not be in the forefront. Whereas Mercury can't wait to be in the forefront. He moves into Scorpio in the 10th house on the 6th. So in contrast, he wants to be out there, he wants to be communicating, he wants to have it all, he wants to further your career, further your public standing, be there and be noticed. So just beware that Venus and the desires will be unconscious, and Venus will be working quietly in the background, whereas Mercury will be out there taking all the limelight. On the 9th we have a challenging aspect. This is from Mars to Saturn. Now Mars is in that 10th house career and public standing. Saturn is in your 1st house, so there could be situations whereby you are forced to take responsibility, or you need to take responsibility for things, especially relating to your career and your destined path forward. Now there could be a blockage here, there could be something a fear that's stopping you from taking the bull by the horns. Could be a fear, a doubt in your mind, something maybe even small that you not even realise was there. But you need to get rid of this, because until you get rid of this you won't be able to move forward. And Mars wants to move forward. Mars is in Scorpio, he's the co-ruler of Scorpio, he likes it in this position, he likes it in the 10th house. So he wants to move forward, so you've got to remove the limitations which are self-imposed that Saturn is putting there. Now Mercury comes into the act as well and conjuncts Mars, so also makes the same aspect. So it may be a difficult time to speak to people. It may be hard for you to explain what it is, but you need to work on it, remove it. You've got 4 days to do this. On the 12th the Sun makes a trine aspect to Neptune in the 2nd house. This is a time where you might feel very charitable and compassionate to others, and you might want to maybe give some of your possessions away to charity, or maybe give a donation to charity because you'll feel the need of others. Then the following day on the 13th Mercury makes an opposition to Uranus. Now these two go on very well together. This will blow your mind, because your mind will be so active, it will be buzzing, it will be hard to sleep with so many thoughts and going through your mind. And this centres around the 4th and the 10th house, so it's about work, your work commitments, and also your commitments at home. And there could be some sudden changes that you need to make to allow for things that are progressing forward. On Sunday the 14th, it's a very quiet, relaxing day for you. It's a time to contemplate what's gone on. It's a time to maybe give yourself a little bit of a mental break, because there's a lot of mental energy going on for you at the moment, and it may be that you just need to heal yourself so that you're ready for the next onslaught, which comes the next day, by the way, because you have the Sun-Jupiter connection, and this is going to stir you into action. The Sun and Jupiter together wants you to grow, expand, and do this at a tremendous rate. So it's a very buoyant, upbeat day, and it's a good day to start to achieve things. On the 16th, the Sun making a positive aspect to Pluto is a good time to reform things, to clean house. This is obviously in the area of your career with the Sun in the 10th house, so if there's things that need changing there, it's a good time to change. And also within your thought patterns, if you have a lot of unconscious negativity, it's a good time to clear that out, purge that. Also, there's another involvement with the 10th house, because Mars is making opposition to Uranus in the 4th house. Now, there could be some disruptions, but these are only apparent when you're going the wrong way about things. If you're making good inroads into changing direction or avoiding limitations like we have with the Mars Saturn aspect, then there shouldn't be any problems with this aspect. It should flow freely, and there should maybe some chances to liberate yourself in some way. But if there is still a problem and you've not been sorting it out, then there could be some sudden upsets either at work or around the home that disrupts your days for the next 4 days. This could go on. Also on the 16th, we have the second biggest aspect of the whole year coming to its third and final contact. This is the aspect between Saturn and Chiron. We spoke about it throughout the year. The first contact was in February, then we had contact again in June, and now we have the final coming together on the 26th of November, and then that will move on next year. So this is an aspect whereby we need to look at what's happened over the last year, and there's been a lot happening, and we've had to put up with a lot of things. Now, Saturn in your first house is making a sextile to Chiron in the third house, so there could have been issues, there could have been communication issues or mental issues which you were struggling with or found hard, and it's a good time to understand how these happened, why these happened, and to finish the healing process so you can move on next year without this hanging on. Now, the lesson that we all should learn from this aspect is one of trusting our own authority, trusting our own inner voice. Now, we have had problems with authority figures over the year. There's been a lot of decisions made by authority figures that maybe we haven't agreed with, but they had to be made. We have to understand that these decisions have to be made, and they are made for a reason, and that we may not like them, but sometimes it's for the best for humanity. On the 18th, we have two trine aspects. This is free-flowing energy. The first is from Venus to Chiron. Now, Chiron's in the 4th house. This is a day where you might want to make some pleasant changes around the house, bringing perhaps a bit more of the spiritual side into the home. Then the other aspect is between Mercury and Neptune. Now, this fires imagination. This is across the 2nd and 10th houses, so there could be ideas coming through where you use your inspiration and imagination to help you with finances or your career or chosen path. On the 19th, there's the full moon, which is also partial lunar eclipse. This happens in Taurus, and this is your 4th house. Now, this series of eclipses belongs to the Saros 5 South series, and this series was renowned for bringing good news, joyous occasions, happy events into your life. Now, the focus has been on the 10th house over the first 2 weeks this month, so you've been very busy with your work, career and your destined path, but now the focus has to come more on the home, and the news that's coming in the future could be related to the home, could be related to property or anything that's on the materialistic side, as this is in Taurus. Now the fourth house is also to do with family and your roots as well. So it's time to concentrate on this area and perhaps spend a little bit of time connecting with people or even looking into your family history so that you can glean some information that you could use going forward. The day after the eclipse you'll have a real buoyant, vibrant feel about you as Mercury makes a square to Jupiter in your first house, and you'll want to get on and start planning things. Also on that day Venus comes together with Mars. Now these two make a sextile aspect which is very good, so love can be in the air now with these happening, but you won't feel as sociable as other signs because Venus is in that 12th house, so you may not want to go out and socialise and be the social butterfly. You may be more concerned with being at home, making your home a more beautiful and pleasant place to spend time. Because you're putting so much effort into work, it may be that Venus is saying, right, let's just have a quiet night in and maybe have a takeaway and watch a movie with your partner. But certainly if you want to go out and socialise, there is a chance that you could meet someone during this 12-day period this aspect goes on. On the 22nd the Sun moves into Sagittarius and into your 11th house and immediately makes contact with the Moon's south node. Now Mercury follows suit, so we have until the 27th when these two are very much active together with the Moon's node. Now contacting the south node means the north node is also brought in. I've said before, when the nodes are activated, this is a time to get things balanced. And this can be between closeness and freedom. There could be issues here, and of course there may be issues of creativity and what you feel is responsibility as well, because the 11th house has responsibilities to friends, to colleagues, to groups, and also to humanity as a whole. Now the connection with these two with the South Node will bring synchronicity events along that you cannot fail to see. There will be opportunities boundless with this connection, and the idea is to use the talents, use your experience from the South Node and take that forward towards the North Node, which is always going to be unfamiliar territory, but with the North Node in your 5th house it's going to be leading to expressing yourself in a creative way. To finish the month we have two fantastic aspect patterns. They are minor grand trines. This is a trine which is sextile by another planet. Now the first one on the 29th is a very creative one. It's between Mars and Neptune, and Mars is in that 10th house career, Neptune is in the 2nd house. So this is a time when you can use your imagination, use your energy and put a plan together that will get things going, that will create some new ways of making money or some developments in your career. Now this sextile is to the Venus, so she sextiles both ends of this. So Venus will bring her creative side, her desire to the table. Then on the 30th we have another sextile and another minor grand trine. This time it's between the Sun and Chiron. Now Chiron's in that 3rd house, the Sun is in the 11th house. The 11th house is about your aims, goals, dreams for the future. This is a good time to review these, put some new ones into action, some real positive ones. And with the communication element of Chiron, you'll be able to communicate with friends, within groups and with your colleagues. And it'll be a great time to get community things going or group things going, get them off the ground. And the fire sign will help to initiate things. And these two are sextiled by Saturn, which will bring structure and organisation to your actions. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the November review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'll be glad to hear from you.